Hey there, everyone. Ed here. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. So today we're talking about getting to the root cause of problems. So specifically, when you're problem solving, especially with a team, it's important to get to the root cause because if we don't get to the root cause, then we only address the symptoms of our problem. And when we only address the symptoms of our problem, a lot of things happen, right? We get super frustrated. There are going to be repetitive issues that pop up, a lot of firefighting going on in your operation, perhaps, and frustration in general, just across the team and with all the employees. And really, what we want, right, is we want to just solve problems. We just want to be able to effectively solve whatever problem that's affecting our operation in the moment. So, effective problem solving. We want to have predictable production. So when we solve problems, we have a lot more predictability in our operation. And the third thing is we want to have just pumped up employees, right? We want to have people on the team as we're solving problems, be excited about solving problems, be pumped up about solving problems. So there's really a couple things, actually three things that I just want to hone you in on when you're solving problems, right? And by the way, I've got some worksheets for you. If you want to copy the worksheets, just go ahead and comment the word goal, Goal, and I'll get you a copy of the worksheets. I'm going to show you a couple worksheets that you can use to help you solve problems at the root cause level. So before I show you those worksheets, three basic things that you got to kind of stay focused on when you're solving problems, and especially if you want to get to the root cause. The first thing is you need to clearly understand the problem that you're trying to solve. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Pretty self-explanatory. But the reason I say this is oftentimes problems arise in the factory, in the operation, and sometimes the team will think too broadly, too big, right? So we don't want to keep the scope too big. We want to actually hone in specifically on the particular problem that we want to address and attack at that time, right? Again, seems obvious, seems straightforward, but just keep that in mind. So be very, very specific about what the problem is that you want to solve. The second thing you need to work through is be objective versus subjective. And what I mean by this is use data, use information, use measurable things, right? We don't want to just, as opposed to subjective, which is just people's opinions, your own opinion, the team's opinions as to what may have happened, right? So think about a crime scene, for example. When detectives go in, they don't just start coming up with ideas. They have maybe a hypothesis of what might have happened, but they always want to use facts, data, forensics to actually dig into the root cause of what really happened. We want to do the same thing here with our problem solving. So be objective and not subjective. And the third thing is when you're solving problems, especially in a team environment, we want to get the team on the same page. We want to get everybody focused on what we're actually working on, right? What we don't want to do is we don't want to go off on a corner on a tangent on our own because we think we have an idea and sort of get wrapped up in what we think the problem might be, what the solutions might be, etc. So get the team focused, right? So again, the recap here, the first thing is clearly understand your problem, be objective, not subjective, and make sure to get the team working together. So what we use a little tool. It's just kind of a play on words, problem to goal builder. I'm going to show you the worksheets here real quick. It's based on the S.M.A.R.T goal acronym. If you're used to using S.M.A.R.T, S.M.A.R.T, so specific, measurable, action-oriented, relevant, time-bound. Super helpful tool. We put together a little worksheet, kind of guides you through each of those acronyms so that at the very end you'll have a very clearly defined problem and goal statement that then you can go into your problem solving activity with your team. So again, if you want a copy of these worksheets, just go ahead and type the word goal, Goal, below, and I'll hook you up. If you happen to be watching this on my website, there should just be a download button below. You can, or get a copy, you should be able to click on that, and then we'll send you a copy as well. So let me go ahead and show you just real quick what this worksheet looks like. Let's get this sharing here. So I'm looking at using Zoom today, so bear with me while I do my screen sharing. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Cool. So this is just what it looks like. So again, problem to goal builder. And again, if you want a copy of this, just type the word goal, GOAL below. I'll get you a copy, or if you're on the website, you can just click on the download button to go ahead and get a copy of this right away. So yeah, so specifics. So the first thing, specifics here, what, when, and where. Again, this is specific to the problem. Again, we want to be very specific about the problem that we're solving. So what, when, and where, good questions to kind of ask yourself, right? Then we get into measurable. So when we talk about measurable, again, thinking about objective information here, right? What specifically with the problem that occurred, what, in terms of a measurable item, what is the current state, right? So if you're looking at downtime, if you're looking at productivity, if you're looking at labor overtime, whatever the problem may be, measure it. What is the current state? What do you want the desired state to be? And then we always like to talk about a stretch target. So maybe you have a goal that you want to achieve in a week or two from now, but then the stretch goal is, what do you want to get to 90 days or 180 days from now? It's always good to stretch, right? Push yourself farther. Then we get into A, right? The action oriented. So this is specifically, can you put action against the actual solutions that you come up with in your problem solving? So it's really three things. Do we have the time? Do we have the money? And do we have the people? So very simple, yes or no question. Again, it's just going to help kind of get you and the team focused on the ability to solve this problem that you're going after. And if you answer no to any of these, it doesn't mean that you can't solve the problem. It just means that you're going to have some constraints there when you get into your solution implementation. Okay. Relevant. So this one people get tripped up on all the time, but the question is very simple here. So does it directly impact our goals and objectives? So think about, again, the problem that you're experiencing. It could be, labor overtime, downtime, safety related, whatever it is in your operation, in your organization. Is this problem relevant to the bigger picture? Meaning, we always want to solve problems, right? We want to go after and we want to be constantly improving our operation. But is this problem truly relevant to the bigger picture in the area, the department, the company as a whole? If you're not quite sure, then maybe you should stop here and maybe reevaluate the problem that you're trying to solve. If it is, right, then think about how this problem and how solving this problem is relevant to the overall goals and objectives of the organization in general. Okay, so this is a good area. Just kind of think through and just, again, brainstorm, why is it relevant, right? And get the team involved here. And then the last thing is time bound. So again, with any problem, we're going to come up with some ideas later, right, when we talk about problem solving, but we come up with we're looking at the problem now. In an ideal state, what is our time frame for solving this problem? Don't overthink this. You can change this later, but if you say, hey, look, in the last 90 days, we've had 15% overtime, and in the next 90 days, we want to take that 15%, from 15% down to, let's say, 10%. That's a good desired time frame, right? So 90 days, we want to go down from 15 to 10%. Your stretch goal might be a little bit further out. Maybe in 180 days, right? You want to get from 15% to 5%. Great. So put that here. Again, this is to get the team all working together. And then once you kind of work through all these steps, then the very last piece here is to just put together your finished goal statement, right? This is where you kind of start taking the specific, measurable, action-oriented, relevant, time-bound, and put a nice, good, clean, concise, succinct statement that the team can then focus on to be very specific about the problem that you're going to solve, right? So hopefully this is useful. Again, if you want a copy of the worksheets, happy to send them to you. Just type the word goal below. Also, you can just click download on the website if you want to get a copy of this as well. So hopefully that was helpful. And if you need any other help, please feel free to reach out. And good luck getting to the root cause of your problems. All right, till next time, take care.